Have fun.
Yep,
I ain't got any towels.
that's fine. I'll air dry.
Y- Yeah, sure.
Bug, you just want me to catch on fire. It didn't say stand on the fire. I mean, you're right. So,
So what?
how does it feel being a new homeowner?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like anything. I thought it would be nice. I don't know.
True.
I
Bug,
guess the wood would be underwhelming.
why underwhelming?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I thought felt like I was missing something, so I thought I'd go out and get something, and it didn't really replace what I lost.
What do you mean? What did you lose? Me?
Oh, what?
What did you lose?
I don't know. Everything.
How did you lose everything? What are you talking about?
I mean, I lost Oliver. I
Mm-hmm.
lost. I lost what little confidence I had when your fucking father showed back up.
Fuck me.
I lost. I don't know. I feel like I lost you.
You didn't.
Now you say that.
I told you yesterday I'm not going anywhere.
It doesn't. I don't mean you're going anywhere. I don't mean physically.
Then what?
I mean, I lost. I don't know. You respect. You. I don't. You. I don't know. Just lost that. I just remember when you came. You were on my doorstep, and just the look you had in your eyes. It's just it's not there anymore.
Oh. Oh, he's doing this. The look
Like
when I lost my whole family in the fire?
how's that? It's just like you needed somebody.
As much as I hate to admit it, T, and you better not tell anybody I'm saying this or I'll kill you. I have a lot of people in my corner, and I'm finally starting to realize that. And I know it might not be easy for you to adjust to, but you're not the only one around me anymore. You know? I'm not the 14-year-old kid sneaking out while you're in the house drinking. I'm not the 14-year-old kid trying to do things to cope with all the trauma I had dealt with previously. I'm slowly finding ways to cope, and it's hard as fuck to do, but I'm trying. And I'm finally starting to feel like I'm not alone. I never really felt like I was alone. I always had you, but it was just me and you. And a lot of the time you were just drinking. And I didn't really want to be around that. So, for the first time, there's more than one person in my corner. Because you were always in my corner. But, do you know what I'm trying to say? She's like, if you tell Jericho that I'm saying this, I will fucking murder you. Don't tell her I just admitted that.
Yeah, well, maybe then you can understand the guilt that I feel.
What guilt?
The guilt for not actually being there.
You were there more than my own father.
Yeah, maybe physically. I wasn't there.
You were.
You probably could have ran the whole goddamn city marching band through the fucking living room, and I wouldn't even have noticed.
True. That's true. But you also taught me what it's like to be independent. And not really rely on people too much for things.
Ah, well, I'm coming to find out that's the wrong thing to learn. It's the wrong approach.
True. It is. But nonetheless, it happened. You can't really change anything that's going on, and you're here now, sober, so that's already an improvement.
Yeah, I guess so.
It is. Because you're trying to be here now, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about the fact that you weren't there when I was 14 to now. Recently, at least. But what matters is you sobered up. You just made a bunch of money in the last few days working your ass off, which I've never seen you do. And you buy yourself a house. And you're trying to be there for me. And I'm not making it easy. I know that. I never really do because of my own shit. But I know you're not going anywhere. And I know I can go to you for a lot. But it's just, like I said last night, it's just the shit that I go through in my head that makes it hard for me. I am so used to people abandoning me or giving up on me or dying on me that I just expect it. And multiple times you've proved that wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm not going anywhere.
I know. I know you're not.
And yeah, I might have my problems, but I'm a goddamn big boy. I can look past those for the big picture. Just because I don't like your friends doesn't mean I don't care. I want to know what's going on. Be there for whatever difficulty you're going through.
Yeah, but if I'm telling you about my friends and how much they're helping me and you're like, ah, that bitch, fuck her, it doesn't exactly help the situation.
Yeah, all right. Well, still.
Just saying. She's been one of the people that's been really fucking helpful. And she's pulled me back from a ledge that it would have been bad.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that happened then. Doesn't change the fact that I don't think she's a good person.
That's where I disagree with you.
That's fine. And she hasn't done anything to show me otherwise.
She is kind of like a sister to me right now, T. A
And
big
she's so
sister.
close to you. I mean, that's where my problems are. Clearly, she doesn't think much of you, but you don't think much of me. Because if that was the case, then I feel like she'd be a little more eager to fucking mend the bridge.
She probably doesn't even know it's broken. What do you mean? I bet in her head, she thinks that she was just doing her job and she did it right. Which she did, in my opinion, because, like I said, if you'd been driving Dad around in that taxi beforehand, she saw you, and then you drove off all sketchily, so she had every right to assume that you were maybe helping.
Yeah,
We
well,
knew you
Burnett's the
weren't.
one that did it right first, and then until he didn't.
That doesn't... Look, T. That's in the past. Regardless of what happened on that day, regardless of how the police handled it, in the end, Dad went to jail.
Yeah, well, I don't care how they handled it. I care about how they specifically handled it, and to blame me
You were
at
in
the
the
time.
taxi with Dad. Can you see how they could be a little confused? Trying to get the story straight?
Yeah, I do, but once again, why would you come at somebody whose fucking nephew just almost got killed at the time, and why would you just straight up say that you're responsible?
Because look at what we came from, T.
Why wouldn't you just ask the questions? Why
Look,
wouldn't you ask the questions to come to your answer? Why are you just gonna come at somebody? That's how little they think of me. Then fuck them. That's why I say fuck them. Because if that's the first thing they think of me, then fuck them. I don't have any use for somebody like that. If that's the first fucking thought they have, without even asking me a fucking question.
you have to look at it from their perspective.
Well, you have to look at it from my perspective.
I see your perspective, but you're also the one who went on a suicide mission to go see Dad. So,
I'm literally looking at it through their perspective by saying fuck them because I'm doing the same thing they did.
what does that even mean?
I'm not asking any questions. I'm assuming. I'm just flying by the fucking seat of my pants. I'm just fuck them. Fine.
They
That's
didn't
it. Fuck them.
assume. Assuming is just throwing you in prison without fucking asking you a bunch of questions. That's assuming. They
Literally,
worked it
the
out.
only words came out of Jericho's mouth was that I was the one that was responsible. That's it. There was no anything else. Nothing. Said you're gonna go to prison because you were helping. That's literally the words. That's it.
Yeah, was that in the first 20 minutes of her finding us?
What the
When
fuck do
the
you mean?
situation was heightened and no one knew what the fuck was going on because Oliver and I were struggling to talk and Oliver was unconscious and you weren't talking?
Everybody was in handcuffs.
We
What the
were.
fuck?
And you were not being cooperative just like I was at first.
Yeah, well, didn't see you sitting in handcuffs for fucking 500 fucking hours.
Because I started talking.
Yeah, well, I was too to Burnett until he fucking had to spout off his fucking accusations.
They also don't know you as well as they know Oliver and IT. They've been helping us beforehand with Dad.
Yeah, well, Burnett knew me just fine.
But what I'm saying is, Oliver and I got really close to a few of them. Like, really close to a few of them. Before that situation even happened. And we had talked to them about it. And when they interviewed Dad, we were the ones that heard about it and talked to the bunch of them about it because they were there that day. So, they already knew what we were going through. But with you, they don't know anything. They didn't know what your relationship was like with Eric. They didn't know. All they knew was that you were a little hostile sometimes and prickly. That's all they knew. That's all they had to go off of because they didn't know you. You didn't take the time to get to know them like Oliver and I did, which is why we got out of handcuffs faster because we were talking and they knew that we weren't lying. And all they knew about you was when we were at traffic stops and you were acting like a doofus.
Well, that's their own goddamn fault with their fucking McDonald's asshole.
Oh my god, T, please.
What?
Just look at it from that perspective, too. All they knew about you was that you shit-talked the police all the time.
I never had any crosswords with Burnett. I never even met fucking. That's the first time I ever met the fucking Jericho. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You have a Cops talk, Terry. You have a reputation because they can be like, oh, we got Terry Shaw in a traffic stop acting like an idiot, yelling at us. Might be a minute.
I never had any crosswords with Lockwood.
T.
Who else have I? Bishop. I don't have any crosswords with Bishop. Who else have I fucking met from the goddamn police force? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Told you.
None of them were there that day, though. So they couldn't say anything about your character. You see how that can be a little misconstrued.
Well, if they would have just used the goddamn words.
Listen, T.
I was in fucking handcuffs. What was I gonna fucking do? All they had to do was fucking talk to me. Which is what they should do.
They did. And you got out of the handcuffs, so I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, not after I was accused. Which, once again, if that's all they think of me, then fuck them. If that's what their first impression is, then fuck them. I'll just keep thinking that the way I think about cops then, if that's how it is.
Yeah, well, it better not become a problem between me and you, because I swear to God, T. With Dad's whole case and what he's still on a 5150 hold, don't forget that. But with Dad's whole case, they've all been super fucking helpful. Like, I had a very bad opinion of cops based on the Ohio police because they didn't do a very good job. In my opinion, they kind of just threw me at a hospital for a while, and then a hospital nurse went off duty to bring me to you because they told her to. So it wasn't exactly like they did their job very well. So I didn't have a good opinion of them. I thought all cops were kind of just like, it's fine. We get paid to do this, whatever. But when I started actually paying attention, they actually do care about people. If you don't act like a fucking idiot.
Oh, well, if they care about you and all of us so goddamn much, then I go over to my second point. You must talk too highly of me. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a bad goddamn impression of me right off the get-go.
I don't talk to them about you at all. And when I do,
that might be the goddamn problem then. They must not think I mean that much.
That's not true, Teak. I do talk about you. Just not that
know.
often because you're never around that much lately. Which is not a bad thing. I know you're going through a lot with that. I'm just saying. You were dealing with your own mental shit, so I said that's all I said when they asked about you, that you were home dealing with your own mental shit. I didn't say anything else bad.
Oh, well. All I know is, like, if I was to work with somebody and they did nothing but talk about their kid, I met their kid, I might assume that they're a good kid. And whether or not they are or not, then that's for me to decide later on. So if one of these fucking cops is meeting me and they're such good friends with you, you would think they'd have initially a good impression of me. So if they don't, then I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's my frustration. You want to know what my frustration is? You want to know why I'm fucking pissed all the time? There you go.
You're mad at the cops for not.
No, I am mad because I don't understand what the fuck the problem is.
What problem?
Is it with them and just being shitty people, which you say isn't the case, or is it with y'all and y'all fucking not just nothing? I get nothing.
What are you
It's
talking
got to be
about?
one of the two.
What do you mean you get nothing? What do you mean by
Either
that?
either I'm not either I don't either you don't give a shit and I'm not I don't mean shit or they're shitty people, because if they care that much that you say they do, then they wouldn't do something that would upset you, which would be attack your fucking uncle that you supposedly care about.
They didn't attack you, T.
They attacked my character.
They pulled up on a situation where we were all in zip ties and Oliver was unconscious. And he later died. So, in the height of a situation like that, T, people make a quick judge because they don't know what the fuck's going on. After they figured out what's going on, they let you out of handcuffs. So you better be fucking grateful.
How do you figure out what's going on?
They talked to me, and when Oliver woke up, they talked to him. But you, I know for a fact, were being a fucking grumpy ass bitch, so stop it.
Not true.
You were.
Not true at all.
I heard you screaming about getting out of the handcuffs constantly.
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that yeah, because I was cooperating. There wasn't any reason for me to be in the fucking handcuffs. I sat there and talked to fucking Burnett for 15 goddamn minutes. And only when he fucking tried to once again attack my goddamn character did I stop talking. Why? Because what's it say? What's your fucking Miranda rights?
In a situation like that, T, they don't really apply because they need to figure out what the fuck's going on. Also, you realize that if you have such a problem with the cops not liking you because of your character or whatever, you realize you could change that, right? It's not that hard.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've had one ticket, and that's the whole fucking root of the problem.
Maybe you should work on being a little bit nicer to people. A little bit more friendly, a little bit more welcoming. If you're so... Holding a grudge isn't gonna get you far. Believe me. I held a grudge against Dad for a long time, and I'm working on getting through it. But the more that I work through it, the more I realize that it's just pointless to stress out about him getting out of prison. It just doesn't work. Holding a grudge just stops your life. It makes you unable to think about anything else. Unable to really live. And that's... I don't want to live like that. So I'm working on not worrying about it as much. So instead of holding a grudge against the cops for something in a situation where everything was crazy for a fucking hour, maybe you should work on fixing the relationship between all of them and you. Make them see you in a different light.
Maybe they should be the one that fucking makes me see them in a different light.
They have 8,000 billion things going on, T. If you want to talk to them, you reach out. They're dealing with getting shot every day or shit like that.
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't seem to stop them from fucking babysitting you.
Because I reach out and I ask them for help? Crazy.
Oh, do you now?
They make time for me when I ask for it.
The person that never asks for help is apparently asked for help every day of every minute, huh?
Well, they helped me.
It's amazing.
They pushed me to ask for help and showed me that when I do, I actually get help. But I am going to go back to the city because I don't want to keep yelling at you because I would rather not. But just maybe think about that. And maybe just try to forgive them for whatever they did to you because
I'd be happy to forgive them. How about you fucking take my side just a fucking little bit? How about you fucking the person you're such good fucking friends with that I have a problem with? Maybe you talk to him for me about it. Maybe you fucking help me a little bit on the situation instead of just telling me to fucking man up.
do you want me to like pity you or something?
You know what? Fuck this. I don't think it's too much to fucking ask for you to fucking help fucking garner a goddamn peace.
You want me to deal with your shit yourself. You want me to help you fix your own goddamn problems.
I didn't fucking say that. I said
You
it'd be
did.
nice if somebody fucking help be the middleman.
Well,
That would
where
make
was
it a little
my
fucking
middleman?
easier. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, she went there. Damn, he really just gonna let her run back home?